still 2nd of January 2015. First time viewers, Happy New Year, and we're going on where we left off half an hour ago with the extremely hard ultimate super hardcore challenge. We basically started with everything on hard, no starting funds, and minimum rewards and maximum penalties. Now, lots of things happened. 2 launches failed that really shouldn't have failed, and now we're stuck with going to orbit, and we have 4,399 funds. We took up a experimental contract to get access to this solid booster, and we're going to try and shoot this into orbit. Now, chances of success are really, really low. Why? Because there is no decoupler between this and the engine. We don't have it, and we don't have the money to afford it. Now, there is a age-old trick known only to the grisliest of Kerbals, and that is to burn the solid booster off. Now, of course, this will cost some delta V, and it may not work. If it doesn't work, everything fails, guaranteed. If it does work, and this engine manages to melt this booster, things will still very probably fail, but Jebediah will have a fighting shot at getting to orbit. This is what we'll try. Chances of success are very, very low. If it doesn't work, we'll try again, because, well, we had 2 failed launches, which really is too many in a scenario this hard. So let's see what happens, and if we make it, we'll soldier on, and if we don't, then we'll have to try this again. Right, so basically this is what we'll do. Throttle up, even though it doesn't matter, although it will matter in just a second. Oh, I like this green highlight of parts. First with the booster though. Let's see, what's the limiter at? It's... I can't see that from here. Doesn't matter. Here we go. Boom. And that's lifting off nicely. Now we're gonna have to keep a very, very sharp eye to this fuel gauge. And because... Can we see the temperature as well? We want this to overheat and explode away. And we'll do that by igniting this engine as well. But of course we don't want to do it too soon, because then the booster will explode before it's finished boosting. But we don't want to do it too late either, because then it won't explode at all and we'll fall back to Kerbin. This is difficult. I know it works with the RT10 booster. I've never tried it with the BACC booster, and there is not a lot of reason to suspect that it even would work. But we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it nonetheless. So, let's fire up the liquid engine at 60 fuel units of this one. 55. Here we go. Boom. Overheat. It's going. It's going. Oh, it's not going. It was too late. Should have done maybe 65. Now the engine isn't working. It's just illuminating the booster. And that means it doesn't do anything. And it's not enough on its own to overheat the booster. It's still warming the booster, but we are definitely falling. That means we have 160 funds left, and that's definitively not enough to do it. Oh, we did finish this contract. Nice. Doesn't help us at all. That does tell us that you can use those parts to, that you can accept those contracts to unlock parts that you don't have only once, because if you use it to lift off, because launching with that part does mean that that you tested it whilst landed, so that doesn't work. So unfortunately, this space program has met its immediate demise. Well, we had a few launches, we had no casualties, but we also have no money to keep going. So let's at least pop the parachute and let Jebediah survive this endeavor. And we'll move on to the next iteration of this beautiful setup. And I do think we would be able to do it if the launches didn't keep failing, which is well, a fairly important part of any space program, really. We had 2 failures, no casualties, and that is a, well, a glorious, well, not glorious, it's a decent result. It's a decent result, and we'll try this again. Actually, we'll try this again immediately. And let's use this to test a time-warped landing. That's actually seems to go fairly well. Maybe my fear of that has not been entirely reasonable. Anyway, let's go recover this. See if we get any money at all. And no, come on, who am I kidding? We actually did get quite some money. But we didn't get enough by far to do anything useful with. So we're gonna try this again. Right, let's go to the main menu. New stream, new chance. So start a new game. Amazinator. Same deal, everything on hard. No funds, no rewards. Maximum penalty. I think if you put this like here, you just don't get any contracts. So we're gonna leave the reputation in the middle. So here we go. Now we're gonna start. Oh, we're gonna need to start again pretty much the same way by getting this contract, which is the only one that will give us money. Get it? And then accepting this one as well, which will give us more money. I think the first steps were actually decent. Let's try those again. Got it. We will rebuild the blast furnace. I could copy it, but that seems a little bit cheaty. Fuel tanks, no, we're gonna do it with engines. Girders. And we could do it with 2 less girders. I don't think this will overheat if I... This probably won't overheat if I use only these 2 boosters at first. Cool, so these are gonna be throttled at 50%. This one is going to be throttled max, and we are going to fire them off 2, 1. This will leave the atmosphere. Blast furnace. Boom, boom, boom. Got it, got it, got it. And let's launch. Excuse me for the horrible coughing. Cool, Corizilla's back, welcome back. We have just restarted the Endeavor with a new save because we failed earlier. So yeah, we'll launch this, get the crew report from space, and then walk about with Jebediah. So, we've seen this before, let's just wait until this runs out. Where we went wrong in the previous incarnation was the way too ambitious orbital rocket. I thought it could do some funky engineering. That didn't turn out so well, that just went into the sea. And we took a contract to test a parachute, which admittedly was a good guess. I mean, I put the numbers right, but I then misclicked the spacebar in the wrong moment, so we didn't get the rewards first time around. That wasn't so crucial. The missile into the sea was fairly crucial. So let's. I hope we won't need the research contracts, because they are very uncertain. They're so finicky. I mean, oftentimes, and the thing that make them so finicky is the addition of a speed requirement, because that makes the window happen really short, or it puts weird design constraints on your rockets, and it makes it hard. And we don't want hard things because, well, they're hard, and we want reliability and structure. So this is a done deal. We will shoot up out of the atmosphere, fairly far out of the atmosphere, really. That made about a 30-kilometer difference to not include those 2 girders. That's good to keep in mind. We don't want to bring too much girders anywhere. Keep the data there. Cool, chilling in space. No, we don't want hard things. We want soft, reliable, floppy things. So, time accelerating. We'll probably be landing. My girlfriend is apparently listening to the stream as well and pornifying everything I say. She's saying that the stream has a porny name, which I sort of have to agree with, but it's completely by accident. Yeah, it's hard, harder, extremely hard, extreme, extreme, XXX. And apparently I said we don't want any girdles. Girders, back to clean propriety here. Right, Jebediah, welcome back to the planet. I wasn't even trying to make dirty jokes, damn it. Really hard. No, I'm not even gonna try. Screw it. Cool, we're gonna get some money from contracts. Completely legit business contracts, nothing shady about those. Parachuting, I don't think a parachute is anything dirty. Scared to say anything now. Whoops. Cool. This is boring because we just did it like an hour ago, but then again that space program did fail. So the first steps were successful, so we'll repeat those. And if at all possible, I'm not gonna go walking about the compound with Jebediah again, because that will take forever. What I will do is get outside here and get some more reports. Because we want those 5 science points, even though it doesn't really matter, because we probably won't have the funds to unlock the decoupler. Which is, oh yes, the girders are maintaining integrity, that's good. Jebediah, get outside. Take a report. 0.6 science, that's really not a lot. I wonder if using this low amount, using science amounts that are this low, if we can ever max out the tech tree. And that's maybe a little bit premature because we need to worry about everything else first. So let's recover that. Boom. What do we have to play with? We have 0 funds? No, we have 4,500 funds. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Better than last time. Oh, the launching a new vessel one just disappeared. Also, the 5-kilometer one disappeared. I'm not sure I'm happy with that. Oh, that sucks. Did I get the rewards for those? Oh man. No, I didn't get the rewards for those. Oh, maybe I should have done that differently. But I need the 600 credits. Oh, I could have scrounged a few more credits you doing it properly. Right. Well, what do we have? 19 credits. 300 credits. It's not enough. Not enough. Not enough. 109. Ooh, this one does. Take a crew report, and this one will give us a lot of money. Jetsy's isolation. I've never been able to do a survey. Where is this? Oh, this might be fairly easy to do. I mean, this is like right next to the space center. We're gonna try that. I mean, it's the only one we can conceivably get away with. Right. Jetsy's isolation. Let's try that. Oh, and if we have to do a third go, I'm gonna attempt to get all the contracts, which should be fairly self-explanatory, really. Okay. 18 kilometers. We have no decouplers or anything like that. These will be throttled back yet more. And I do reserve the right to check my engineering with this thing. These will be throttled back, because what I want now is sustained flight, not altitude boosting. So this one will be throttled back even more. 22. Hopefully this will allow me to somewhat steer there, and we'll be able to recover it anyway. I think this is already the do or die mission here, because, well, if we don't make it, we won't have the funds to do anything useful. So here's hoping that it will actually work. Right? Activate navigation. That's pretty much, we can pretty much aim straight for that, I think. At 18.9 kilometers. Alright. Here we go. We are going to pretty much aim straight for it. Maybe these boosters are throttled down a little bit too much. But then again, we need the flight time more than we need the altitude. We don't need to be going at 120 kilometers of altitude. We just need was it below? Above 18.9 kilometers. So we need a bit of altitude though. We don't, oh, that might actually not be possible with this amount of boost. Shit. That's terrible. I should have read the mission before accepting it, or at least before launching the ship. Well, we're at 2 kilometers. We might still make it. We do have a whole third booster that will keep firing a little bit softer than this one. We need to get here. We are here. We already decreasing now. Come on, 4 kilometers. Ah, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. Maybe it does. I really can't tell. I haven't done enough solid booster visual surveying to tell. You are entering Jetsy's isolation. That means we are only gonna go straight up from here. And we're actually decelerating. That's not good. But we are in the right area. That means all we need to do now is make it above 18 kilometers. That's 10 kilometers further. And this booster has a lot of boost in it yet. We are not gonna slow down under 90 meters per second. This was too much throttling on the rocket. But let's see, that's 80 seconds remaining until we make it, and that's accounting for no more acceleration. 80 seconds. Let's see. 1, 2. Does it use more than 3 units in a second? It uses about 3 units in a second. We will make it. I'm calling it. We'll make it. We will make it. And we are now... This is actually a fairly broad area then. We will make it. We will make it indeed. That would be nice. That is, if I land... Oh no, the speed here is not pure vertical. We might not make it. We may have been over enthusiastic about that. Oh damn. We are going a lot faster than we were though. If we do make it now, we're actually pretty good in the money department. We might be able to shoot for orbit. Yes, we'll still make it. Still make it. 18.9. 18.9. Look at that. We're reaching for the stars, but first we're reaching for Jetsy's isolation. Going this way a little bit more. And then we need to do a crew report, which we can do. Sweet. Here we go. Above 18.9. Crew report. Collecting survey data for Jetsy's isolation. Sweet, sweet, sweetness. We know so much more about camera. Let's turn around actually. Let's land back closer to the KSC. Let's see if we can actually make it back to the KSC. Don't want... Oh, stop it! No, we can't stop it, of course. What I don't want is to land in the ocean. Let's see. I hope this will reduce back to the launch pad, because that will give us maximum refunds, which will be nice. Excuse me. And we have 4,300 and we'll get refunds from this. I think we can make an orbital rocket after this. Nice. That would be amazing. Let's do time warp. Thanks, whoever it was that wrote out the contract for Jetsy's isolation. Sweet. And I take back everything I said about me not being good at retuning solid boosters on the fly. Sure, they were a little bit wimpy, but we got lots of time to fine-tune the trajectory and it did exactly what it had to do. I am now officially good at solid boostering. There. I said it. I said it. Right, I wonder how many hours of my life I've spent at slowly parachuting back to an imaginative, fictitious planet in a video game. I don't want to think about those things too much. It's probably a very, very long time. Alright, on. Touchdown. No, 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 don't fall over. I want to recover the vessel. Ah, great. We'll recover that. Cool, we have now 6 science, and that means that we can unlock the science node, even though that won't do anything for us, but it's the only node we can unlock, so let's just go ahead and do it. Boom. We have 5,555 credits, a fairly nice round amount of credits. And this is officially more than any amount of credits we had in the previous incarnation, so that's nice. These give us cash. Let's have a look at the map view where they actually are. If they're close, we might try this again. Zone 8, 1TJ7 and Neil Mal's Frontier. Let's look at the altitude requirements. Above 18.2, and this one says above 16.9. Shall we just do this again? Let's try and let's see if we can afford an orbital rocket, and if not, we'll do another visual survey with a slightly high-powered booster. Because these are so close, it's almost too good to be true. Cool. This is going to be the simplest orbital rocket that's possible in the game. Although, as I said in the previous run, I'm not sure if it's actually possible to do within the weight limits of the newbie launch pad. Yes, it is. 1, 2, yeah, this is 4 of the original tanks. What was so heavy in the 1, 2, 3, 4? This would probably get to orbit. How expensive is it? We can afford this. However, if we afford it, let's double check. Will this do it? Yeah, this will do it. Cool. We have our Orbinator that will do it. 52. This will wipe out most of the money and will also give us back most of the money. And I can probably land it using the parachute and the engine bell. But landing close to the KSP is not assured, so we might not get a lot of it back. I'm thinking we do a visual survey. I'm fairly confident we can do them. Fairly confident we can do the visual survey. Also, the ranges, the range was surprisingly broad. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for whichever one pays best because they're not that far. And After that, we'll attempt orbit. And I think if we do that right, even if the orbital run fails, we'll have enough money to keep doing this. So, let's get this. Rokiam. And we'll modify our visual survenator. We'll modify that with a little bit more kick. This can go to 38. This can go to 28. 30. Alright, I think we will be able to manage this. Also, this altitude requirement was a little bit lower than the previous one. Chat is asking why it's why I don't want to land in the water. In real life, it is easier to land in the water as it's a little bit more forgiving than land. But in KSP, the weird thing is that the maximum deceleration gets applied to the first part that enters the water, and that makes, if that then breaks, the next part also hits the ground, hits the water with the same force. It's a little bit weird, and basically everything explodes and is unreliable in the water. Also, I want to be landing as close as possible to the launch pad because that will increase the amount of money I get back from recovering the ship. If I land far away, it will be less. So, on my way to the next visual survey, I'm guessing a little bit of altitude first, then pitch over and make for it. And even though I've been cavalier about it and saying it's all easy and stuff, this is still essential, because if we fail it, well, we've basically lost money, and we don't have the luxury of doing that. So let's make for that direction. It says in flight above 18 kilometers. That makes me think that space won't count. We'll need to be in the atmosphere, but above 18 kilometers, and well, that makes it below 70. That's a fairly wide window. I'm really confident about that. Yeah, and even if I'm not sure if we'll make it under power, but if we can make the arc remain under 70, we can coast over there. That seems reasonable. Ooh, the higher powered boosters are really doing their job. We're already at 7-ish kilometers. They've also already burned out. So this is going to be an exercise in trajectory plotting. We are decelerating. This center booster is maybe a little bit too wimpy again. Important thing is to gain some altitude, get out of the thick atmosphere that will hold us down. It would be typical to go on about how easy and nice these missions are, and then completely fail at the next one. Would be a little bit embarrassing, to say the least. But we're at 11 kilometers, and last time, as soon as we got above like 13, we could really start to pile on some velocity and get an actual trajectory going. On the other hand, we were already in the correct area at this point. Maybe I've been displaying a little bit too much hubris by going for this bit. We'll get about 1300 back though, so we'll, even if we fail this mission, we'll still be in a decent shape. But I'm not actually super confident that we will make it the right way. I did forget about the 200 meters per second of Coriolis force that we just cancelled out. We are at the correct altitude now. Now basically I just want to make for that spot as quickly as possible and not exceed 70 kilometers. This might still work actually. Here we go. Pointing in that direction. Let's see, completely flat. We don't want any more altitude. Oh wait, altitude is not bad. We want to be above. This looks perfect. Look, we'll pass 38 kilometers. We'll pass above 18 kilometers over that designated zone. Wow. I hope it does work out, because then we'll have lots of money for an orbital mission, and we'll even be able to do something afterwards. Oh, we're in the zone, I think. Crew report. Yes. Oh, I almost zoned out myself, and if we passed over it, there would be no getting back. Well, about all those water landings, no, we're not gonna get an actual water landing. We'll land nice and easy in the desert here. Now, I forgot, we did get money for the contract, but we are gonna land far away, so we're not gonna get the full 1300 back. That said, we started this mission with 55, and we are already above that. So, any salvage we get is a win, and after this we're gonna try and go orbital. Exciting, isn't it? I think so. For now though, parachute is king. Let's point in the landing orientation. Parachute deploy and time warp. Hey, we might even be able to get a ground sample of this stuff here. If this is something different, if this counts as highland or desert or at least something else than shores, something other than shores, it will be nice. And yeah, Jebediah is having loads and loads of fun. Comments was the chat was commenting that you can hit the IVA button and you can look around inside. And if we find the window here and turn around, well, there's basically only blue sky to stare at. Too bad. Alright, once more descending on this parachute on the other side of these mountains here, and I reckon we'll get about 80%, 70-ish% of the full cost of the ship back because of the distance to the KSC. I hope we'll be able to do a good orbital mission, and then then it gets really hard. We need to get science then for more parts and stuff, and that's going to be difficult. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Oh, don't fall over. Oh. Alright. Flying over Kerbin's grasslands, most precarious situation. We will probably be able to get a surface sample. The ground looks really weird here. Something strange has happened. No, I think we had this one already. Well, let's bring back the spaceships to our center. And we have a whopping 2.1 science, and of course we should get the blast furnace bit. Cover that. And what did we get? We got no experiments. We got 93%. That's a lot more than I expected. Nice. Right on. Time for orbits. Corey in chat saying a real solar system run of the new career mode. I think that could be hard. Although if you don't put it on hard, it might not be hard. Cool. We have a little bit of extra money to put into the Orbinator. Half an extra fuel tank? It seems wasteful. This should do the job. We're not gonna bring it, and I might regret this immensely. But I think this will suffice. It will require good flying, but I think I can do it. I think I can do that. Okay, before we go though, let's see if we can pick up another contract that we can fulfill on the way. Visual surveys, we're not going to combine that with orbiting. In flight over Kerbin, Sepratron 1 in flight over Kerbin. Altitude will pass through that, but we'll be going faster hopefully. Stack decoupler. If we get this, no. The BACC solid booster will be going much faster than this. This doesn't work. Ooh, we might get through this on the way down. On the way down, will we be going at somewhere between... I mean, the serious deceleration will happen below this. No, we'll be going too fast. This won't work. No, there's not really a contract that we can nicely use. That spells disaster for the future. Although we could do a few more visual surveys. They are nice. But for now, let's focus on getting to orbit. Orbinator again with Jebediah. I know I can get extra science with Bob, but funds. It's all funds. We need funds, not science. Okay, launching him. Again, do or die. Very, very much so. Because if we don't do it, we lose the big expensive rocket and we're left with how much funds? 1500. That's not enough. Let's say we recover the capsule. We might be able to launch a visual survey, but that will put us right back at the beginning of our endeavor. Right, we'll start with full throttle, SAS on, and here we go. At least our liftoff thrust to weight ratio is sort of okay. Actually, it's pretty good. It's 2. And let's recap. What's the plan? Did I miss something? Is this actually long enough? This is 4 of the small tanks. It should suffice. Damn it, it should suffice. We are going to get out of Kerbin's thick, soupy atmosphere by going straight up, and then we'll burn sideways to make it orbital. Supersize it. Make it orbital. And it will be required to be a neat burn, because if it's not, then we're going to fall back and the space program will be ruined. We can't have that. Can't have that. It's just orbit. It's not that far. Throttling up. We're a little bit through the soup. We're going at about 200 meters per second. And we're almost halfway through the fuel. It always looks fairly desperate at this point, but the bottom bit is where you're expending the most energy. The rocket is getting lighter, the engine is performing better due to the thinner air. The air itself is resisting us less and less and less, so we might still make it. Let's start a small pitch over maneuver. We have the crew report from space, so let's get a crew report from flying over Kerbin's shores. We're not we're pitching over way too far. Look out, Jebediah. No, actually that's fine. We are at 45 degrees. We're going really fast already. Let's see, what's our apoapsis looking like? We're at 44 kilometers. We can pitch over much more now. We're going at 800 meters per second. We can actually throttle back fairly good now. I hope we'll make it. Apoapsis is at 60. Let's turn over all the way more. Throttling back a little bit. Apoapsis is 67. Burning horizontal. Full throttle. Full click. 71. Let's cut the engine for now, because we can't afford... It's actually more efficient to burn down here. But... if we make the apoapsis on this side like 120, which we could, then we won't be able to round off the orbit. There is a big risk involved here. And the risk is that we'll be able to just make orbit and then not get Jebediah back down. The risk won't be fatal. It will mean that we'll have one less astronaut for a while, because we will develop and send a rescue team for him. But we won't be able to do that for a long time, because we don't have maneuver nodes, and without maneuver nodes it's actually really hard to plot an intercept. I have done it in the past, but it's tedious, it takes time, and it's not reliable, and when flying to the margins of Delta V like we are here, it is not very nice. How much fuel do we have left? We have like 2/3 of a tank remaining. Our engine is powerful though. I hope we will be able to do it. Did we bring a parachute? We did. That's good. Alright, we will ignite the engine at 76 kilometers. No, at 75.8 kilometers exactly. Hoping to add 700 meters per second of delta V to our velocity. I have a feeling we won't make it, but I hope we will. 73 kilometers. We're at 73 kilometers. Will Jebediah make his historic first orbiting mission? 75.2. Here we go. Gradually increasing. SAS on. Jebediah, keep it steady. Putting it on the nose. Boom, here we go. Speed. More of it. Come on, pulling 7 Gs. Here we go. Let's cut that engine and inch it forward. Because man, we have 11 units of fuel remaining. Inching it forward. 6, 4, 3. Oh god, no, we didn't make it. That sucks so much. 77 by 27. We can't even go out and push. This was not expert flying. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Before 0.9 you could go outside here and then wedge the Kerbal into the engine bell, light its jetpack and push. That is no longer possible because you need, well, it's still possible, but you need an astronaut complex upgrade. Damn it. Let's see how much of this rocket we can recover. Damn it. Let's see how much of it we can recover and how much that will be worth. Needless to say, we won't have any fuel left to cushion our landing, so we'll probably lose the engine and we'll only get to recover the capsule and some worthless tanks. Man, I wish I added the extra tank for insurance. It would have made just the tiniest amount of difference. We know it for the future though. We'll need 9 tanks, not 8. And maybe we can still do the visual survey. Maybe we can still do that. Maybe using that will make some money to afford the new vessel. The bad news is, let's see, where will we be landing? On the other side of the globe, in the middle of the ocean. Recovery premiums will be very, very low. So we will be stuck with maybe 2,000 credits if we are lucky. The good news is that we can launch the visual surveyor for that amount. The bad news is that we won't make back enough money for an orbit shot with just one visual survey. The worst news is that we only have one visual survey remaining, so we really have to hope that we'll get another visual survey. Then we can do those and thus make it to orbit. At which time we can attempt something more ambitious. Although I wouldn't know where we'd get the funds from. Oh, darn it. I could have done the parachute test, I think. No, we're too fast, just like I predicted. Alright. Oh, we're going, I was thinking we're going so fast, but time warp is at 4 times. Well, let's pop the parachute. Yeah, this is ocean, right? Or is it land? I can't see. Well, the parachute will take care of us. I think it's on land, actually. Well, it doesn't matter. We'll lose the engine bell regardless. That can't withstand a parachute descent. Don't think so, anyway. That is a real pity. Real pity indeed. I'm gonna have to think about what to do now. What to do about this. Yeah. We might be able to scrounge a few science points from this new landscape. Do we have a report? We have a report for those deci points of science. What was I thinking? Not loading it up with all the fuel in the world so we could even do a powered landing. Damn it. Too scroogey. Too fucking cheap. That's the problem. I needed to put some more premium gas in it. But no, it was too cheap. Well, we've established that. Live and learn. Better luck next time. Right. Let's see what happens to this landing then. Yeah, the engine bell exploded and now everything exploded apart from the capsule. So let's recover that. We'll get some cash back. 25%? Not a huge amount. But, oh, 20%. On the other hand, imagine how far this would be to walk. So at least that helped. We can recover some debris. I don't know if that works. Did we get any money from those tanks now, or? Yeah, we got some money from the tanks. Okay then. We've got 1900 credits. That is depressing. Appalling. Okay, we can get a... We can try a visual survey. 8-1 TJs. Oh, we saw that already. Let's grab it. And let's launch the blast furnace. With Jebediah, of course. He's got the train. And we'll do that. And we'll make 1500 credits. And then we'll do the other one if that's near. And then we can probably try again. I hope we can utilize time warp to good effect, because otherwise this is going to be fairly boring. Then again, spaceflight is a grind. No way around that really. It's just the reality of it. Engineering, budgeting, lobbying, flying occasionally, that's the fun bit for Jebediah. But man, oh man. Let's see, let's not mess this up above 16.9. So yeah, again, we'll make a nice easy arc above the site. This one is fairly close. Yeah, these visual surveys, they are a godsend. They are what enables this space program. Although it's not much of a space program yet, with orbiting and such, that hasn't really happened yet. I'm still on the fence whether I like the super hard mode. I mean, it's a challenge and there's failure around every turn, but not really getting around to building space stations and doing stuff. So I might revert to the regular hard mode in the future, where it's just 60% of rewards and maximum failure. That somehow seems slightly more exciting, because we actually get to build and do stuff. Then again, if we manage to do anything in this hard mode, it will be monumental. Momentous, I meant. It will be amazing, and we will forever be stuck with suboptimal technology, which will also be a challenge, because there is no way... I don't believe you can max out the science tree with 1/10 of the science available, not without very, very tedious grinding at least. And I don't have the time to do that, but mucking about like this, scrounging for credits, actually minding failure is something new, and I'm liking it a lot. Yeah. That's it, I decided. Liking it a lot. Cool, we're above the specified altitude. Now we just have to wrench the arc around to that area. So let's pitch over a little bit more. Let's go there. Come on, go, go, go. Establish it. Yay, that's going fairly well. Let's overshoot actually a bit, because we might not make it now. Let's aim here. Come on. Yeah, now we're heading for the correct area. Nice one. I reckon this will be able to survey things in a range like this. Yeah, that's good to know. We're at the correct altitude, entering the zone. Wonderful. Even while still under power. Great. Keep that data. We got it. And now it's time warping again. Where will we come down? Not in the sea. Wonderful. Maybe even in a new area. Hey, oh, and maybe with one of the policies we can sell science for funds. Oh man. Do I want to sell science for funds? I mean, science is very scarce already. I don't want to get rid of it, but then again, everything is very scarce, and there's a lot you can do with the starter parts. Basically all we need is the decouplers and somewhat larger tanks, maybe. But if we get the radial and the inline decouplers, then basically we've got everything we need. The rest is just luxury. At least everything we need for moonshots, slingshots, landings, that kind of stuff. So maybe I do want to change science into funds. I mean, upgrading the KSC facilities, that is, don't even start. That's so expensive. So we're limited to 18-ton, 30-part ships for a good while. So the bigger tanks might actually be fairly necessary. The smaller engine combined with the one big engine we have now will suffice for a good long time. So yeah, we need the science for those first bits, but after that, sky's the limit really. So there we go. Back in the game. 1900 science with about 1300 recovered from this. Oh man, that's still only 3300. We need 2 more visual surveys if they pop up and if they are reachable by this cheap surveyor. Let's hope they are. At least the good thing is that this landing is pilot error free. I mean, we can just do it. Oh, come on, no, don't explode. Don't explode. Yes, recover that. Thank you so much. That was very welcome. Alright, we got funds back. We got 3,000. Not enough for anything interesting. We are continuing to get these things. That is certainly good. We're gonna go for the close one first. Although this one will be somewhat stretching it, because we're always landing in this area. The K3 one, what's the altitude requirement for that? Above 60. No, I'm not convinced. I'm not confident about that one. Below 16.9, this one. Near area beta B. It's close though, so we're gonna accept this. Below. This is important. We need to go below there. I mean, it doesn't matter if we go over it for a little bit, because the areas are pretty huge, but we don't want to go up to 30 kilometers or something like that. Danger here is that if we stay low, the air will hamper us more. We want to be heading north. Did I activate navigation to this bit? Yeah. So why am I not seeing it? Because it's so close to horizon? Let's see. We need to go. This might actually be tough. We need to go above, like, say 14 kilometers, because otherwise we're not getting out of the air and we'll get a shitty trajectory. But we can't go too high. First, let's go higher than 2 kilometers at any rate. Why is I'm going north? I'm going the correct direction. Why is this not showing up? Probably because it's way down there. Because it's so close. It is really close. I'm making a fuss where there shouldn't be a fuss. This will be easy. Yeah, this is not a problem. I don't think so. We'll wait for it. Second booster, actually third booster. Ignition is right around the corner. We're at 7 kilometers. There we go. Don't need. We shouldn't stay too low. That will not be nice. Oh man, and that will mean how much money will we get? Doesn't say from here. I hope we will get some money soon to be awesome and orbit Kerbin. Man, we could have been on our way to the moon by now, but I had to screw it up by being too cheap. Not forget that soon. Need to be going higher. A little bit at least, because we're still fighting the air too much. And if we fail now, it's done. There's nothing we can do then. Oh. That's gonna suck. Well, we shouldn't be going much higher. But we need to do our arc, because otherwise we're just not getting there. Shouldn't be going much higher. Let's just point at the site now, because our altitude will... it will be below there. Actually, 1 meter above the ground is also below 16 kilometers, so as long as we pass under it, we will be happy. Yeah, we'll be happy. I think we'll be happy. This is weird, these survey trajectories. We'll be entering the area like any second. And then all we need to do is drop some altitude. I think we made it. And we have a nice, safe land landing lined up. A shore landing, actually. So what was the altitude? 16.9. So gently descending and hopefully entering that area soon. We're actually descending pretty fast. If I'm staring at this thing correctly, we should probably make it. So now we're just oh, what I forgot about, if we are, as soon as we enter the denser atmosphere, our forward speed will just die away. I hope we will make it. Yes, we are entering the area. Crew report. Boom. That was close. Because we are almost going straight down already. Oh, that was a big miscalculation on my part. Fortunately, I got away with it this time. Alright, then here we go again, deploying the parachute and enabling time warp. No, disabling time warp, because parachute deployment at time warp is notoriously unsafe and scary. We don't want to do that. Alarm, alarm. Here goes the rocket. Shitzers. Oh man. We're still closer to the KSC than we were with the previous visual survey, so hopefully we'll get some more cash back. On the second survey, we might need to go on a fairly high trajectory for that one, just to make sure that we get the distance. I'm not sure we can do that. Yeah, I'm sure we can do that. Come on. This thing made it to 120 kilometers. Just need to pitch over later. Yeah, and we need to beef up the first stage booster. Yeah, that'll do it. Recover the vessel. Yeah, I'm confident about that. Boom. Funds recovered. We're back in business. 4,100 funds. And it's the only one now, so we'll make 1,800 on this, minus a bit for the recovery. Oh, I hope we'll be able to do it. After this visual survey thing, I'm gonna do another break thing for about an hour, I think, and then we'll try for orbit again, just like previously. First though, let's retune the blast furnace. I'm happy with the top booster performance. Although let's beef that up a little bit too. Don't want to slow down whilst we're still in the atmosphere. Let's beef up this one a little bit more. 40, 49. Because for this survey we want to make something that resembles a suborbital arc a little bit more. I'm gonna try and keep the apoapsis below 55 kilometers because I'm not sure if going that high will actually work. Yeah, above 16.8. Yeah, in flight, so it can't be a suborbital trajectory. So that's important. We can't mess about with that. Activate navigation. This is going pretty much straight north. Okay, go. Slight pitch over from the start just to get that arc going in the right direction. I think we'll go straight up with the first two boosters and use the last one for the establishment of the arc. Because this one is a bit further than the others. We want less control. We want to just sling this thing in the correct direction. So altitude first, steering second. I hope it works. As always, do or die. Come on. Somehow the altitude is not so convincing yet. Maybe there isn't a magical extra distance setting on just 3 solid boosters. Then again, we are going fairly high. Activate the third. Oh, I hate it. We're slowing down so much. Right? Around 13 kilometers though, things generally get a lot better. Just need to go higher. And then it's, I hope, trivial to get an arc to go over there. 14. I'm gonna start steering at, say, 16 kilometers. Do it. Oh, that's easy. It's basically just a complete pitch over. Alright, 45 degrees. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go there. Let's switch to orbital mode because we need to get rid of the Coriolis velocity. Steer here. Boom. We're at 20 kilometers. We're still rising. Our arc can go higher, in fact. Yeah, let's stick it at 45 degrees. Our booster is about to run out. Well, it's at 20%-ish. It's not quite running out yet. But we need to pile on more horizontal velocity. Come on, come on, come on. Just a little bit further. Come on, more horizontal velocity. Come on, we need to get there. Come on, we need to get there. Come on, we need this money for our orbit shot. Come on, we need to get there, and we need to get there while still high. Come on, higher. Oh man, this is gonna be exciting. I think we'll make it. Just. Because I think they paint this bit in the area where you actually need to be. Also, yeah, we'll make it this area. It starts here, and then we'll still be high up enough. Apoapsis 40 kilometers. I'm again not counting our horizontal deceleration due to aerodynamic friction. But I genuinely hope we'll make it, because that would be fun. That would mean that I did a good calculation in my head. Oh, please, please enter that. Yes! Oh man, we did it. Crew report. Yes. Survey data collected. Boom. 1500 credits. Now we'll still be just shy of the requisite amount for a nice big orbital rocket. So I hope there is another small contract that we can accept and then later complete. Cool. Parachutes engaged. Yeah, that's going to be the ticket. We're going to accept the contract and then not do it. I hope there is one that will give us like 500. That means we can try the orbital challenge. Boom. For now it's another parachute landing. Happy times here in Kerboville. Man, this triple boosted Visual Surveyor is really paying off it's paying off its dividends. It's, oh, I don't know speech. Language skills are sort of failing. Oh no time warping whilst deploying the parachute, because that's lethal. The contract has been fulfilled. No, I'm not gonna risk overwriting that crew report or something and then having to pay the failure clause. Maybe that's paranoid, but I need my cash. Okay, here we go. Touching down. Completely intact. Wonderful. Can I grab an EVA sample? Kerbin's Highlands. Keep the data. And let's step down on those highlands and grab a surface sample. Well, an EVA report. 0.2, but still a smidgen of science. Wow, we are at 6.2 science. Let's recover that vessel so that we may grab the money back. 1151 funds recovered. And we now have 5141. And let's have a look at our Orbinator again. That's too expensive. Also, I'm gonna add 2 fuel tanks. Yes, 2. Or 1. No, just 1. I mean, come on, that will be enough. And that means it will cost 56.97. We can't afford that. So we need something that will pay us 600 credits up front. I don't think we'll get it. I've not seen those contracts. But ooh, visual surveys again. Not the most glamorous, but at least this is something we can reliably do. Let's hope. Oh no. Wait, yeah, we can get there. It's just that a water landing. I don't see how we have much choice. Anything else? Anything else that will give us the required money up front? Yes. This one does. Test the LVT-45 liquid fuel engine whilst orbiting Kerbin. To perform the test, activate the part whilst orbiting. We can do that. Although the orbital rocket will cost more. To do this, if we accept this, we have to do it. If we accept this, we have to do it. We don't have to do it right now, but we have to do it. In and of itself, this won't pay for itself. This mission won't pay for itself. It won't be enough. The fuel costs more than the reward. Also the drop stages. So this is in effect a loan. We cannot bolt a LVT-45 liquid fuel engine. We can't bolt it on top of our orbital rocket. We don't have the payload capacity. We can switch out the engine for this one. Although this one is less powerful. So it wouldn't be guaranteed that we make it. Oh, this is tough. Or if we do this one, this will pay us 1600. The craft costs 2000. We will lose most of the craft due to the water landing. This will make us a marginal amount. However, if we take this one, we will and then make orbit, we will have a contract slot available due to us finishing up orbit. Yeah, I'm gonna get this money, make orbit in this rocket, get the money from that. And then figure something out to test that LVT-45 in orbit. And I think you can test engines from the right click menu, but I'm not sure about that. Anyway, first it's break time again. I don't think I have any live viewers, maybe one. Anyway, I'll be back in about an hour for the third shot at orbit, actually. And we'll see how it goes on from there. Well, if you're watching on YouTube, just click on to the next video and we'll see how we fare. And that's all I have to say, so see you in an hour, a second, or whenever you deign to click on the thing.